Hello, guys. Welcome back to another podcast. This podcast is all about the big man, the main man, Alexander Lacazette, signed for Arsenal for a reported £50 million plus. He's going to be a great striker for us. I can't wait to see him in the Arsenal shirt, banging up goals in the Premier League. Zaki, what do you make of our signing? It's taken a while, but it's finally come over the line.
Hi, Seth. How you doing, man? This Lacazette deal, I don't think it's the biggest deal in the summer, but it is a good deal for Arsenal, and it's going to be a move forward for Arsenal in the right direction. I think he's a very clinical player. He'll score loads of goals this year. But the only question mark I'd say about Lacazette is, can he deal with the physicality of the Premier League? The French league it's like a tin pot league. It's so easy that you can score 50 goals, 30 goals. You can hit numbers that you won't make anywhere else around the world, because the physicality of the Premier League, the technicalities of other leagues, it outguns the French league, doesn't it? You know, think?
Yeah, that's true. It does. It's a lot more physical in the Premier League. So I was going to ask you, what as a Manchester United fan yourself, what worries you most about the signing of Lacazette?
What worries me is his pace, his movement off the ball and on the ball. It's really like elusive, and he moves very quickly away from his man, and he turns the shoulder very quickly. And he's very dangerous as a result. You've seen his goals, you've seen the goals that from YouTube, you've seen the compilations and stuff, and you can see the movement that he has off the ball, and how he turns his man. It's amazing. It's really good. The only question is, do you reckon he's an upgrade to Giroud, Welbeck, and do you think this move will hinder their progress for Arsenal?
That's a very interesting question, Zaki. But I'm gonna have to say that I can't judge him because he's not been in the Premier League yet. But when he does come to the Premier League, I reckon with Mesut Ozil in behind him, I reckon he's gonna have a field day in the Premier League, and he's easily gonna get 20, 25 plus goals. The amount of chances that Ozil can create for him, it's going to be a matter of time before he starts banging a few in.
I'm thinking, what formation are Arsenal going to play with? You got Lacazette. There's question marks on whether Sanchez is going to stay or not. But what kind of system do you reckon Arsene Wenger what kind of formation he's going to put forward basically in this new season?
Well, we've seen in the past that Arsene Wenger's created a 4-4-2 formation, and he stuck with that for a very long time. But towards the back end of the Premier League season last year, we saw him switch to a 3 at the back, 5 in midfield, playing with 2 wing backs and 2 strikers. I think that he'll stay with that because we didn't lose a game for the last 5 games of the Premier League season. And I think he's found out the formation to play with. And I reckon Rob Holding in there alongside Lauren Koscielny and the new signing Sead Kolasinac. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
I reckon that's going to be a great sign for us. And then on the wings, I can see us playing Hector Bellerin on one side and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the other side. And then we'll have 3 in the midfield. And I reckon that's going to be Granit Xhaka, definitely. And we will rotate between Ramsey and El Neni and Coquelin and players like that.
Yeah. What other additions do you reckon Arsenal will have in their team, and which areas do you reckon Arsenal could strengthen so they can win the Premier League and have a really top season where despite the difficulties and the hardships of the Premier League, they can still withstand and withhold all the challenges and still end up top? Because you've seen Arsenal, they always tail off towards the end of the season. How will Arsenal tackle the adversities that they hadn't done previously? I've always seen Arsenal tail off towards the end, and because of that, it's had an effect on their result and their chances of winning the Premier League title.
Right now, I'd say it's very difficult to say due to the fact of Alexis Sanchez, and apparently he's demanding a £400,000 week salary. A lot of fans are very angry about this, saying that if he thinks he's bigger than the club and he can demand what he wants, we should just let go of him. But other fans saying he's too good to let go. So there's a big debate around there. But many people are saying that if we could get rid of Alexis Sanchez, then maybe with that money that we get for him, we could strengthen the squad in terms of our wing positions and add in Riyad Mahrez and Lemar from Monaco.
Yeah. And also the rumors going around Riyad Mahrez for 50 million. Do you reckon he's worth 50 million? And do you reckon he's going to be a big upgrade to Arsenal's attack? You already got players like Walcott, pacey players, fast players. You got Oxlade-Chamberlain. You got these fast players. Will Riyad Mahrez be a step in the right direction? And will it help you over the course of the season or not?
A lot of people think Riyad Mahrez will be a gamble due to the fact that he was very poor last season for Leicester. After having a brilliant season for Leicester in the first season, his second year wasn't too good. So a lot of fans are debating that this could potentially be a big flop and a huge waste of money if you were to buy him. But it's a gamble that I think is worth taking due to the fact that I reckon with a player like Alexander Lacazette up front and Mahrez playing alongside Mesut Ozil and maybe Alexis Sanchez, I reckon this is just going to grow his confidence even more, and I reckon he's going to strive for better things if he joins us.
Yeah, touching on what you said in the last video about Arsenal in the past, how they were successful because they had leaders and technical players, and now they focus on more technical aspects of players. Do you reckon Mahrez is a leader, or do you reckon he's more of a technical player?
Again, that's another great point, but I'd have to say that I don't think Mahrez is a leader. He's not one of those physical players. He's not someone there that'll tell somebody off if they do something wrong and put them in their place. Yeah. I reckon he's more of a technical player, but no, I wouldn't say he's a leader.
I don't think he's disciplined. In my opinion, I don't think he's really disciplined enough to perform like, Robert Pires, Dennis Bergkamp, and you had Reyes. You had all these players who were so disciplined. Like, even though they'd be tackling against really tough teams, they'd still come on top and they'd produce their quality. I think with these players, they've got quality, but they can't produce them in their moments. They can't tackle the mental strain of the Premier League.
Do you not think that Mahrez in the Premier League, 1v1, he's by far one of the best players? He can dribble past you, and if he leaves you he can leave you for dead 1v1.
Yeah, he's very elusive, and he's like very quick on the ball, and it's very hard to catch him at times. He's so quick, and he moves his body, accelerates really quickly from players. That's why he's one of the best in the Premier League, arguably one of the best in the Premier League, in my opinion.
So then we move on to the links of Manchester United, and it looks like they're about to make a huge transfer for Romelu Lukaku from Everton for a reported £75 million. Do you think that Lukaku would be an excellent addition to Manchester United, or do you think that this could be another proven flop for Manchester United, just like Memphis Depay, Angel Di Maria, and Radamel Falcao?
I'd say 110%. I think Lukaku, he's a perfect man, the perfect striker to bring United in the right direction and to bring United on top. I think he's really strong. He's like a beast. He's a tank. You've seen he's got a track record. He's consistent. You've seen him past 3 seasons. He's been scoring. He's been the top scorer. He's been at the top scorers list every year, and you can tell that he's a top performer. And in the Premier League, he'll bag you loads of goals. That's a shadow without a doubt. Like, any team, if they were to have Lukaku, he'd be a great addition to their team, straight up. And he's proven it in the toughest league in the world, the Premier League. That goes to show he's got the physicality, he's got all the attributes to be a top player in the Premier League and to perform for United.
I'd have to agree. If United were to sign Romelu Lukaku, I reckon that they could be a really strong force next season. Not only, as you touched upon, that he's proved it in the Premier League. No disrespect to Everton, but they don't have the best supply lines there in terms of creative players. But he's managed to do it season after season. They're getting 20+ goals each season. And with players such as Martial, Mkhitaryan, Juan Mata, Marcus Rashford, I reckon that Lukaku, Pogba coming into his stance this season, I reckon Lukaku could really this season.
I think that deal can be completed really, really quickly because obviously Lukaku, who's with Pogba, him and Pogba are friends. They share the same agent, everything, and I think that deal can happen really quickly because in the US and obviously United, they're going to go to USA for their preseason tour. So I think that deal could be completed. The medical could be done in USA potentially. So it could be done really, really quickly. And if Lukaku gets a good preseason ahead of him, I think he could be firing straight away, firing all guns blazing when it comes to the start of the Premier League.
So when looking at your potential signing that you are going to sign in Alvaro Morata, do you believe that Morata or Lukaku, if you had to do a toss-up between them two players and you could only pick one, who would it be and why?
I have to say Lukaku any day of the week. I'd say Lukaku.
Are you saying this?
He's got a proven track record.
Are you saying this mainly because he's got a proven record in the Premier League?
Yeah, 100%. I say United, where we need to strengthen is in the Premier League. We need a striker who can score in the Premier League. We've got quality players in moments. You got players like Rashford. You got Martial. You got these players who can score in the moments. You got Pogba. But what we need a consistent striker who will get you goals no matter what. Whether it's raining, whether it's hailstone, whether it's sunny, wherever the weather is, you can score. And that's the player who can do that is Lukaku. He's settled in. He lives in Everton. I'm sure Manchester is an upgrade from Liverpool because it's a much bigger city, more vibrant, and I'm sure Lukaku for his lifestyle, it'd be an upgrade.
Looking at the potential weaknesses of Romelu Lukaku, a lot of people say that his first touch is very, very poor. And another thing is, if you look at him coming to Manchester United, moving on from Everton, so he's making a massive leap in his career, and the price tag could be another fault. Looking at a £75 million price tag, as we've seen what's happened with Paul Pogba, he's not lived up to his standards in the previous season. So do you think that this could be a massive knockdown in confidence for him if he doesn't perform in the first few games?
Let me just say this to you right now. Lukaku's 75 million transfer is more worth than what Real Madrid were asking for Morata. They were playing. It was hard to bargain at the end of the day with this Morata deal because they wanted 90 million euros, and that's close to the amount that we're going to pay for Lukaku. And I'd value Lukaku over Morata because Morata he hasn't scored the sheer amount of goals that Lukaku has, and for that reason, I'd rather buy Lukaku. They're both the same age, but Lukaku's got attributes. He's got more stronger attributes, and he's got more attributes that are suited to the Premier League than Morata has. Morata is still physical, and he would be a great addition. But for the money that Real Madrid are asking for, I wouldn't say it. And for the integrity of Manchester United, we shouldn't fall for Real Madrid. They might be the best club in the world at the moment, but soon we could be up there as well. So if we just play to their favour, then we could become a smaller club as a result.
So
a smaller club again.
So looking at the signing for a potential £75 million, do you think that if United were to get this deal over the line, that would potentially be them done for the transfer market, or do you reckon there could be a few more signings?
If you get this deal, then Lukaku deal, then you could have more signings. Say Fabinho, he'd be a good signing. We got Perisic linked to us. He'd be also a good addition. But our stellar signings will be probably Lukaku will be our stellar signing. We only need one really strong player. The other player he can be a player who does defensive and takes responsibility in the defensive areas. But yeah, I'm happy if we get Lukaku and we get another Fabinho, and we don't even have to get a winger because we got Martial, we got Mkhitaryan, we got Mata, you got Lingard, you got all these wingers. So I don't mind as long as we get a Lukaku deal done and another defensive midfielder. I'm really happy with the United transfer dealings.
So moving on to the questions I have for you. Would you say that Arsenal would be a much stronger force this season due to the fact the number of signings that we are making? And do Arsenal worry you in any way in the upcoming season?
Yeah, I say straight away that intent from signing Lacazette, I say he's a danger man straight away. He's a danger man that we need to look at when we play against Arsenal. against Arsenal, they should look straight away at Lacazette. Obviously, Sanchez and Ozil, they'll be really dangerous because this year it's going to be a crucial year in their career. Whether Sanchez or Ozil stay or not, if they do stay, it's going to be a really, really crucial year for Arsenal. And these players are going to be performing all guns blazing in the season. And it's going to be really, really hard for teams to stop these players. Lethal in front of goal, they can goals at times. So it's going to be really, really exciting to see Arsenal.
An interesting point in which I have is the fact that we finished 5th last season. It could be seen as a blessing in disguise due to the fact that we've finished 5th, and this has made Wenger realize that's just simply not good enough. And we've seen him react to this by bringing back Jens Lehmann into the coaching team and also getting these deals done. Lacazette deal has been done early this summer, and there's a lot of talk about Mahrez or Lamar coming to Arsenal. So do you think that Arsenal finishing 5th could be a bad thing for other big clubs, as we've seen that Wenger's realized he needs to pull his finger out?
Yeah. What is obviously with that is without being told is with all his disappointment, it could be a really, really good blessing because it'll create a mentality. It could create a mentality in the squad players just to win every game and try and push and win every game so that you can win titles. And your players will come fresh. If you bring these fresh players in, they might have the discipline to win your titles and to perform in the games where you wouldn't be performing in the latter part of the season. They'll be performing, and as a result, it could be a blessing. Like you said, it could help you win the Premier League. Once winning a title, it can create that mentality to win more titles, and as a result, you could become a very, very successful club in Europe.
So,
as you've seen with Chelsea, by winning a few titles, it's spurred them on to win more major titles.
So it's been another great podcast, guys. I've had Zach on again, giving his detailed explanations and reasons on what he thinks is going to happen in the transfer market. And just another thing I'm going to add on is in the next few videos, I know I said this channel will be mainly to do with the up and coming Premier League season, but as the transfers are going on, I'm thinking of doing a few videos on the Wimbledon Championships that are going on, as me and Zach are huge tennis fans ourselves, and we do watch Wimbledon quite a bit. So we're going to give we're going to give our views on the Wimbledon second week. So that'll be next week. There'll be a few videos on the men's and the women's games. And yeah, guys, hopefully I'll try and bring some great content to this channel in the up and coming season.
Nice having you, Seth. Nice talking to you again, man. It's been really, really insightful content that we've been talking about. I hope to come on again.
Yeah, thanks.